Hi, everybody, and welcome to our June edition of Let's Talk Extra Care. My name is Jamie Lindon-Lewis, the Director of Extra Care, and I'm joined with my colleagues today who will be introducing themselves throughout the session. We have some good stuff to cover today, a packed agenda, and we really hope you enjoy it. And now I'd like to hand you over to Ali, our Head of Extra Care North.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you. Good news this month, as not only is it a shorter update from me, but I'll also be sharing a little update on the results from our recent care survey. So you remember that previously I discussed the tenant satisfaction survey where Housing 21 achieved 92%. Well, following this, each of your scheme managers should now have received the information for their scheme and made the findings and the survey reports available. If this hasn't happened at your scheme, please let your manager know or myself and we'll look to rectify this. So this month, I'm pleased to update you with the overall satisfaction result for our care survey. Now, there is a small tiny caveat to this first, as it is hot off the press and has only just gone through final validation from Acuity, who are our third-party survey providers. Now, they receive and they process all survey responses on our behalf. And this means that your scheme manager has not yet received a copy of your scheme's report, but with the individual detail and the scores for your scheme. But these should be with them in the next few weeks. So, this year, I'm very pleased to share that we have an overall satisfaction for care at 96%, which is a rise of 1% from last year's 95%. Now, some of the scores from the individual questions have shown things like 98% of residents feel safe, and 98% of residents believe that your carers treat you with respect. But it's not all high scores, as the lowest scoring question was, it's easy for me to access details about my care, which only achieved 59%, which means that there's still some work to do on how we can improve satisfaction here. I'd also like to take this opportunity to say thank you, and also for not only taking the time to complete the surveys, but for being so honest and for being so helpful. By doing this, it truly helps us to continuously improve the service that we offer. So thank you, and thank you for taking the time. So that's all from me, and I'm now going to hand you over to Jen.
Thank you, Ali. Providing safe, high-quality homes remains a key priority for us. This year, we've invested 48.6 million into our existing properties to maintain and improve standards. We follow our enhanced property standard, which means things like kitchens and bathrooms are replaced every 20 to 25 years. We're also continuing to improve energy efficiency, with all homes moving towards an EPC rating of C or above, and upgrading safety through digital emergency call systems. Alongside this, communal areas are refreshed on a regular cycle to keep schemes welcoming and well maintained, with an inspection to assess their condition between 8 and 10 years. In the last quarter, we focused on making sure empty homes are brought up to standard quickly, with all necessary repairs and safety checks completed before reletting. We've also worked with residents to improve how we let our properties, particularly around clearer communication, so new residents know what to expect when they move in. In terms of numbers, we had an average of around 175 empty homes during the quarter. Positively, performance improved, bringing that average down slightly and reducing the time it takes to relet a home to 23 days. This shows better efficiency while still maintaining compliance and quality, and it also helped to reduce rent loss. Finally, from me, just to highlight the support available through our Helping Hands. In quarter four, we received 303 applications and distributed £54,000 to residents who needed additional support. We saw a noticeable increase in applications following promotion of the scheme in December, which shows how important awareness really is. Alongside this, residents also saved an extra £3,100 through the Housing Perks platform. So overall, this is about making sure support is there when you need it and helping residents manage everyday costs. That's it from me. Thank you. I'm now handing over to Tracy Jones.
Hi there, everybody. So I'm here to talk to you about the resident experience strategy. So what is it and what does it mean for you? It's a co-produced strategy with residents focusing on improving day-to-day experience across extra care, built using resident feedback, TSMs, complaints and engagement information. It not only aligns to Housing 21's goal of achieving brilliant resident satisfaction for over 95%, but also to the wider strategic framework. The core aim of the strategy is putting residents at the heart of every decision. It's about listening, acting, and improving what matters most. The strategy contains 4 key priorities. The first one being quality and consistency, the same high standards across all of our services, and strong local leadership and clearer service expectations. The second one being communication and engagement. Clear, timely, accessible communication, being open and transparent. More opportunities for residents to shape our services. Number 3 is knowing our residents, so better use of our data and insights and tailored services based on individual needs. And finally, living well. That's exactly what we all want to do. Supporting independence, well-being and connection, focusing on affordability, digital inclusion and community links. So what will feel different for you as residents? Hopefully you'll start to feel more involvement in decisions and service design, more personalised services, better communication and transparency, faster responses to issues and feedback, stronger sense of community and well-being support. The strategy overall supports resident satisfaction, regulatory expectations, and ensure residents feel safe, heard, respected, and being able to live well. My final part on this is the strategy is about making sure that every interaction with our residents, with us, is positive, consistent, and centered around what matters most to you. Thank you very much. I'm now going to hand it over to Ashley Jarvis.
Hello, so I'm going to talk you through our plans for extra care services for the coming year and what this means to you as residents. So our focus this year is on 3 main things: improving your experience, making sure our services are high quality, and ensuring we can continue to provide services long into the future. Everything we do is based on a few simple principles. We want to put residents at the centre of decisions, provide consistent and good quality services, and we want to make sure we meet all safety standards. We are also investing in our staff and improving the systems we use, and most importantly, listening to feedback and acting on it. One of our biggest priorities is improving your experience. We want to work more closely with you to design services together, and this is called co-production. We will also improve communication so you feel more informed and involved, and we'll be using your feedback to make quicker improvements and make sure your reviews really shape how our services are delivered. We also want to make sure all of our services are consistently high quality and safe, and we're setting clear standards across all locations and supporting any schemes that need to improve. We will continue to strongly check and make sure all of our regulations are met, and our aim is for at least 95% resident satisfaction and to maintain good CQC ratings. Behind the scenes, we're also focusing on staff and systems, and this includes supporting staff's well-being, improving training, and making sure everyone is clear about their roles. We're also upgrading our systems to make services run more smoothly, and all of this helps us plan for the future and continue to improve services for residents. Everything we are doing is about making services better for you. Your feedback is really, really important to us, and we want to keep listening and improving. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Carrie Anderson and I am the head of Extra Care for the South region. Today I'm going to talk to you about heat networks. This won't affect every resident in our courts, but for some of you this will be a change to how we operate. You may have already received a letter regarding the heat networks and whether your court is on one. So what is a heat network? A heat network is where several individual properties are provided with heating via a single heat source, such as a gas boiler. You will have a utility charge on your service charge, and this is where we bill residents for the heating in their own property. Heat networks are expected to play a part in a low carbon future. The government has tasked Ofgem with regulating any such networks where multiple properties receive heating from a single heat source, and that includes us. So what does this mean for you? Most of the changes will happen behind the scenes. For example, Housing 21 now must register all heat networks with Ofgem. These new rules are designed to make sure customers are treated fairly, heating systems are good value for money, and networks are properly maintained. So what can you expect from your heat network? Our default temperature in living areas is 21 degrees. This is following guidance from Age UK and CIBC. Each individual scheme will, however, have the opportunity to either adopt this default temperature or, through choice and consensus policy, agree a different setting as part of their court service agreement. So, where 21 is not enough, we recognise that some residents may desire warmer temperatures. In this scenario, we will support you to purchase heaters to supplement your heating. We may need to support you with accessing funding to do this, and we can help that through our scheme Helping Hands. There will be an additional cost to you from the electric heaters. However, we would expect the utility charge within the service charges to be lower due to the better controls in place. We do understand that some residents are feeling quite anxious about this change. And it's difficult at this moment in time because we are in such high temperatures with the heat waves. So there will be a fear of what that will feel like in the coming months. But please be assured your housing managers are there to support you, to discuss these concerns and advise you on what's best plan. Within the changes to the heat network, there will now be changes to the complaint process. So complaints regarding the heat network, such as the reliability of the heating or the billing process, will now go to the Energy Ombudsman rather than the Housing Ombudsman. We have updated all of our complaints policy to reflect this. If you require any additional advice or support, or you have any concerns, please do contact your housing manager and they will be happy to help you with this.
And it's up to me to close our session today. So, as you're hopefully aware, we're in summer, which means it's time for our resident summer events, which will be taking place throughout the summer up until probably the end of September. I'll be getting out to as many as possible, so I hope to see you there at your schemes for a glass of pop together, which I look forward to. And lastly, Tracy mentioned the resident strategy and the collection of data around our residents. What that means is we are updating our records. So in the coming months, you might well be asked for updated information related to yourself, because that will help us build a picture of who's living in our property so that we can provide more tailored services. Hopefully that's of no concern, but if you are concerned, please reach out to your manager, who I'm sure will explain it all in much more detail and provide those reassurances. Thanks so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of the summer. Keep safe, and we'll see you all soon.